Good evening, Batcats fans, and welcome to another edition of Great Bend Batcats Baseball here on the Great Bend Batcats Media Network. Batcats come off of easily their worst game of the season. They were run-ruled in yesterday's contest, 15-5 in 7 innings. It's the only time they've been run-ruled all season long. Just overall, the Batcats seemed a little bit sluggish in the ball game. They got an early lead, but once the Cheney Diamond Dogs took a 5-4 edge in the 4th inning, the Batcats really just could not recover, and Cheney ended up running away with it in the later part of the ball game. But they have a fresh slate today, and they'll try to get things going in the right direction and take a series edge over the Cheney Diamond Dogs in this Game 3 of the series at Al Burns Memorial Field. We thank you very much for tuning in to tonight's contest on the Batcats Media Network. My name is Mark McClure, joined today by a very special guest, a voice that many Batcats fans will recognize. It's Alex Hammocky returning triumphantly to Great Bend. Alex, how are you doing?
Well, for starters here, Mark, thanks again for bringing me on today. It's great to get back out here to Great Bend for the Batcats game, and I haven't been able to make it to a game yet this summer, but it's always a good time to make it back out here, and always a great atmosphere every game all throughout the summer, and great top-notch competition. I've been up in Nebraska this summer broadcasting some Legion baseball games, and I can tell you right now, Woodbat collegiate baseball in Nebraska is light years behind Kansas's. I mean, in Nebraska, you've got teams in North Platte, Hastings, western Nebraska, Scottsbluff, Gering. That's about it. Here in Kansas, I mean, you've got them in almost every little small town, and it's a great atmosphere day in, day out. You can go here. A lot of these games are free. I mean, Great Bend gives them for free. Up in Hayes, I believe that was free admission. Down south of Dodge City, Liberal, free admission. I mean, easy, really fun, family-friendly entertainment. It's just great to be around here again for just a couple of days. But, I mean, it's good to get back down here to Kansas.
It should be a really good contest tonight. We are going to step aside here early on the Batcats Media Network. They're doing a special memorial ceremony for Clint Steinert, who was one of the Batcats board members that passed away recently. They're dedicating the concession stand after him, so we will, out of respect, step aside here on the Batcats Media Network. We'll be back with starting lineups, some more pregame analysis when we come back. back here on the Bad Cats Media Network. Very touching pregame ceremony as they dedicated the concession stand to former Bad Cats board member Clint Steinert. Big crowd in attendance, his family in attendance as well. And they're in for what should be a really good ball game. The Bad Cats against the Cheney Diamond Dogs, 1 versus 3 in the conference. And the Bad Cats looking for a bounce back game. Let's have a look at today's starting lineups presented by Victory Barbershop. Here's how Cheney, this high-powered offense, lines up today. They hit over 330 as a group. Not too many differences. The only new name you'll see is Connor Miles in the 7-hole, will be out in right field. But everybody else pretty familiar for the most part. Jackson Holder's at second base instead of right, where he had been previously. And Andrew Brotman shifts from third over to shortstop. Lenny Ashby will go to the DH spot today, but for the most part, this should be a pretty familiar group out there for everybody, and you can clearly see how tough of a unit this is top to bottom. Only Connor Miles is hitting under 300, and he's hitting a very respectable 286. For the Bad Cats, here's how they'll attack the Cheney Diamond Dogs in this one. Alex Rogers, Riley Silva are the 1-2 spots. Kyle Gates is out in left field, hits 3. Bodie Waller is dealing with a little bit of a leg injury, will DH today. Sage spin, then Simon Larinaga. Cy Schumacher steps in for Connor Allen behind the dish. Brady Kreitzer gets a start at second, and Coulter Maldonado slides over to third. Bad Cats again. We talked about this pretty much every game. If they want to win the ball game, they're going to need production out of that bottom three that's struggling right now. The top of this lineup has been really great. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 have been really effective, and they're still just waiting for Zane's spins bat in that 5-hole to warm up. But that bottom three, they need production there if you want to beat a team like Cheney that can do it on both sides.
Well, and it seems like that was a bit of the problem last year too, Mark. Not exactly in the 7, 8, 9, but kind of in that middle between the 4 and the 8 almost. So, a lot of, just even looking back at last year, a lot of, last year's problems kind of starting to haunt them a little bit again this year. But again, power there in the bottom 3 definitely is the biggest portion of it, because you get to that 3rd inning and everybody's gone through the starting pitcher at least once by then, hopefully. If you've gone 3 up, 3 down, there you got the 7, 8, 9. If you can get, mostly, if your opposing pitcher can go 7, 8, 9, go strikeout, 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 or, go 3 up, 3 down, that's a confidence boost there for the rest of the contest that you don't want to give an opposing team there going into the 4th and the 5th. And if you get that situation going, if you can get them going into the 3rd inning and you can get like 3, 4 hits, the better you can, it seems like, in that instance. So especially there in that bottom 3, the better chances you get there of getting hits, the better you got a chance of getting to win the game.
And the Bad Cats, they really got off to a hot start yesterday. Alex Rogers had 2 home runs in yesterday's game. Kyle Gates hit an opposite field home run. And it's going to be the same kind of idea here today. The wind is blown out really hard from right behind home plate, heading out more towards left field. So right-handed hitters going to have an opportunity to get one out today, and I expect the long ball to play a really big role in this game, especially when you're talking about the Bad Cats who have some power and the Diamond Dogs who have plenty of power. And you know that the Diamond Dogs are due because they have not hit a home run in this series. They lead the SCL in home runs hit. So we'll see how it all shakes out today. Braden Tower, the starter for the Bad Cats, as well as Mason Ashcraft, the starter for the Diamond Dogs. They really have to be aware of where they're putting the baseball, keep it low, keep it on the outside part of the plate. You cannot let these hitters drive the ball. So we're going to step aside here on the Bad Cats Media Network one more time before first pitch. It's time for the national anthem. When we come back, we will have first pitch here from Al Burns Memorial Field. It's time for baseball here in Great Bend, Kansas. Bad Cats and the Cheney Diamond Dogs, game 3 of a 4-game series between these two teams. Bad Cats took game 1 4-1 in a unexpected pitcher's duel. Didn't think you'd get one between these two offenses, but hey, we did. And then on the other side, the Diamond Dogs woke up offensively after 1 run in game 1, 15 runs in game 2, and sent the Bad Cats packing in 7 innings. So we'll see how the Bad Cats respond today with Braden Tower. As I mentioned on the mound, Tower, a right-hander out of Emporia State, but you have to treat him really as a freshman arm, getting his first experience against college bats because he did not play at all during the spring season with Emporia State. Here with the Cats, he's got a 2-1 record, a 4.17 ERA. This is his 5th start, and the biggest thing for him is going to be trying to limit the free passes. He has had 2 games this season with 4 walks, and he has 14 on the season to 23 strikeouts. And this has been a patient Cheney Diamond Dogs team, so they're going to make you get it over the plate.
And especially there again, I mean, if you give up those free walks, give us those free passes, this is one of the most explosive teams offensively in the league with the Cheney Diamond Dogs. A team that's very familiar from years past. If you get signed on for Cheney for 1 year, you're kind of stuck with them your entire summer ball career, it seems like almost. But, you know, you look at it overall, and that's the reason why Cheney's been one of the dominant teams in Sunflower Collegiate League baseball for, you know, not just in the league, but also you go to NBC World Series. That's why they've been able to be, you know, top 5, top 3. A couple of years ago, I think it was 21. I think they were runner-up even. That just shows to what they've been able to do. And Jackson Searing, one of the guys, he's up first. He's been there for about 3 years now almost.
Yeah, this Cheney Diamond Dogs team, they finished 2nd in 2019, 2nd in 2020, and they were tied for 3rd in 2021. So they have been right on the cusp, yet they have never won the NBC World Series. So will it be a difference this year? They'll be heading there again in all likelihood, as they're the front runners in the league right now with only 6 regular season games to play. First pitch in for a strike, 0-1 from Braden Tower. As you mentioned, Alex Searing stepping in for these Cheney Diamond Dogs. This delivery comes in, and that paints the outside corner. 0-2. Good spot there from Tower. He's going to need to live there all night. Searing hitting at .345 as he takes one up high at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Searing moving on to Southwest Oklahoma State University for this coming season as he swings and misses there, and Tower puts him down in 4 pitches.
And that's the confidence there you need to build. First pitch strikeout, or well, not first pitch strikeout, but first batter strikeout, and going up against Myers now. Hopefully keep that momentum going here, but really good start to start things off there for Tower.
So this brings up Myers. He was an all-star down there on July the 5th, Sunflower Collegiate League All-Star game at Hobart Detter. It was loaded with Cheney Diamond Dogs as the first pitch strike comes across. And the count is 0-1. This team's been built up really well by GM Pat Hahn, who kind of stepped aside from coaching duties this season. He's made only about 8 to 10 games so far this summer. He's left more of the head coaching duties to Hunter Douglas. The acting head coach at this time. Is this one up and in, 2 balls and a strike.
A little bit of chin music there.
2-1 pitch and went to the opposite side of the plate there. That one dropped just a bit too low. So it's 3-1 to Myers. Myers didn't start the first game of the series. Started yesterday at 3rd and gets the nod again today. It's way underneath this one. Hits it into foul ground down the right side. Larinaga trying to track it down, and he makes the catch right in front of the Cheney dugout. And there's 2 away.
Second baseman, number 2, Jackson Holder.
So now Jackson Holder steps in. Tower deals the first pitch down low. 1 ball and no strikes. Holder's jumped all around during this series. Started the first game in right, then he was at first yesterday, now over to second. So really a utility guy. This one drops too low, 2 balls and no strikes. These are the guys that can really do a job for you when you get into the playoffs because they can play everywhere and you know you're going to lose certain group of players at some point. You're playing into August. NBC World Series for the Dawgs will start on July 28th, so exactly 2 weeks from now. 3-0 pitch. That's in for a strike.
You've got to be swinging at this one no matter what, I'd almost imagine.
Absolutely. When you hit as well as this team does, 3-1 count, almost always the green light. And he's got it, but it's smoked the first, caught by Simon Larinaga, and that's the end of the inning. That one was hit right on the screws, but Larinaga with good reactions makes the play, and Braden Tower works a 1-2-3 top of the first inning. We're scoreless. Batcats on offense for the first time when we come back.
This is your third baseman, Adam Muster, and you're watching Batcats Baseball on Batcats Media Network.
Braden Tower managed to work at 1-2-3 in the top of the first inning. Had a hard hit ball there from Jackson Holder to end the inning, but Batcats had a man over at first to make the catch. Mason Ashcraft is on the mound for the Cheney Diamond Dogs. Spent the spring at New Mexico with the Lobos and comes here to the Cheney Diamond Dogs. Record of 1-0. First pitch to Alex Rogers. That's in for a strike.
Real low strike there to Alex.
Ashcraft got a big frame up there. 240, 6'5". It's 1-0 this year, as I mentioned, 3.11 ERA. This is only his second start of the year and 10th appearance overall. 0-1. That one drifts too far outside. 1-1 strike.
And the catcher lost it there. He went out in front of him.
Cody Moore, still a young backstop overall. He just finished his senior year of high school. Be heading to Neosho for his freshman season next year. 1-1. Raj takes it inside. 2 balls and a strike. Raj had 2 home runs in yesterday's game, continuing to show how much of a 5-tool player that he is. 5 home runs, double-digit stolen bases, hits for average. Can field well, can throw well. He does everything. He hits a little number towards the middle, and that's past the diving Andrew Brotman, or at least he was at full extension. And Rogers leads off with a single.
Stephen F. Austin got an absolute steal there in Raj.
Number 19, Riley Silva.
Brings up another Barton kid, Riley Silva.
Silva was originally supposed to DH today, but he got moved out to right field when Colby Christian came up with an injury before the game. Silva, a lefty bat, hitting north of 300 for the Batcats. The first pitch to him. That misses just a bit outside, 1-0. Raj was named NJCAA All-American first team for his historic final season at Barton. Decided to go back for a third year, and boy, did that work out because he played great.
He's been a fun one to watch for the Cougars the past 3 years so far. Of course, he was one of the, I was about to say, one of quite a few who took the COVID year advantage this past year. Think back to the year before, the only two who did were former Batcat, blanking on the name here, also Cheney native, Micah Grover, and then one of the pitchers as well who was up from Canada, where Silva's from, funny enough.
Rogers just been a great bench fixture overall.
He has.
Despite being originally from Nebraska, he's played with the Batcats for 3 seasons, spent 3 years at Barton, and now will be moving on to Stephen F. Austin for next year. 2-1 as Raj goes here, throw down by Cody Moore. That's going to be late, and Rogers into second base.
And again, one of the leading steals, one of the leading stealers in Sunflower Collegiate League another year.
All-time leader for the Batcats in that category, which should surprise nobody. Coming off a collegiate season where he stole 61 bases in just 59 games, which is just absurd to even think about. Swing and a miss there from Silva, and the count fills up 3-2. That there was Rogers' team leading 16th stolen base. 3-2 pitch, and this one a high hopper, hit to the right side, and this will just dribble foul. It's going to be a tough play regardless, and that's probably a smart job there by Ashcraft to let it go foul.
New Mexico logo. They're a solid Div 1 program in the Western Athletic Conference.
Speaking of the Western Athletic Conference, they've had some interesting news coming out recently. They've elected to go to for basketball, a analytics-based seeding structure for their conference tournament for basketball. So it's not based on wins and losses in the conference. It's based on how quality your wins were and how quality your losses, or how bad your losses are. So very interesting there, the way that's turning as Silva walks.
And speaking of interesting, how far outside and low that pitch was there from Ashcraft. There for ball number 4. Gates now up to bat.
And Gates coming up. 333 his average to this point in the season. First pitch. That's a strike. Gates has really put together a full season after really struggling out of the gates last year. He's hitting under 200 into July. And then he picked it up this season, picked up right where he left off with the hot play that he had in the NBC World Series. First pitch here's outside, 1 ball, no strikes. 2 home runs for him this season. Yesterday hit one to the opposite field, straight away left.
That was one of the tough parts about the season ending for the Batcats, because he had such a red-hot appearance at the plate all throughout that tournament, Hutch and at Riverfront.
Ashcraft set the pitch. Swing and a miss. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Batcats got their first 2 on this inning. Chance to do damage early, just like they did yesterday. Ashcraft glances back at second. This is a double steal-worthy group. He'll come home with it, down low, gets a little bit away from Moore, but Raj wasn't ready to run. Counts 2 balls and 2 strikes. A little bit of an errant throw back from Cody Moore to Ashcraft. Managed to keep him from getting by him, though.
Of course, not as deep as a backstop this year as what he would have had to have dealt with last year.
You can almost see the indentations behind the plate where the work was done and how far the fence came back. It's tough to see from the vantage point on screen, but the fence is significantly closer to the field than it was last year. But it is a double-edged sword sometimes because that ball can come careening back off of that concrete barrier, and we've seen guys get out trying to score on wild pitches that take a friendly bounce for the defense right back to the plate. 3-2, and this one put in play by Gates. Might be a double play, though. It's flipped by Holder to Broadman over to first, and it's in time for a double play. Ashcraft rolls two there, and now there are two down for Bodie Waller.
It does, however, advance Rogers to third. So there you've got a chance there, possibly.
Bodie Waller!
There's Bodie Waller, one of the best bats in the Batcat lineup this season. He is dealing with a little bit of a leg injury, so he's not sure how well he's going to be able to run today, but sitting 299 as he swings and fouls the first pitch off. Waller had 2 hits yesterday, a single and a double. He has a hit in his last 6 starts. Really impressive stuff for Bodie. That one missed. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, you've got Omaha Roncalli Catholic at third base. You've got Papillion at home plate right now.
Set and the pitch outside.
Waller and Rogers, both same state, but complete different rivals, though. Rogers from Barton, Waller from good old Hutchinson Community College.
2-1, and he hits one towards the middle, and this is going to just bounce into center field, a base hit for Bodie Waller. It drives in a run, and the Batcats have that early lead, 1-0.
Beautiful, beautiful hit there. You can't ask for anything better there for Waller and for the Batcats. I mean, after that 2-out double play, you know, kind of take the wind out of the sails, you still got somebody on base, and you're able to bring them home. That's the big thing, as Zane Spinhead's the plate. Hopefully that's a bit of a spark plug moment there for Zane. Hopefully he can make some connection, good connection here on this one.
Cats lead at 1-0 as the first pitch is outside to Zane. Spin didn't come to the Batcats until July the 1st. So he's been off to just a little bit of a slow start. There's the pitch from Ashcraft, and that one's away. 2 balls, no strikes.
Well, Spin will be seeing Rogers a bit more, but they'll be on opposing sides this upcoming year. Spin he'll be at Sam Houston State this upcoming year.
Ready in the pitch. Spin fouls it back.
Part of a pretty solid athletic family, too. His sister's a track runner at Abilene Christian.
Then the 2-1. Outside. 3 balls and 1 strike to Spin. Ashcraft turned that double play. So you had 2 outs and a runner on third, but he let Bodie Waller get a base hit on him, and now it's gone 3-1 to Spin. The pitch. Started to go around. They're going to say it didn't go, though. Wanted an appeal, and they will appeal to the field umpire, no swing. Runners on first and second.
And it brings up the first
Brings up
baseman.
Simon Larinaga. That little play there gives us an opportunity to introduce our ups for tonight's game. Hunter Fitzpatrick, he's calling our balls and strikes, and Anthony Perez will make the calls in the field. So Simon Larinaga up with 2 on. First pitch to him. That's down low. Laranaga's bat starting to heat up at the right time. Went through a rut end of June, beginning of July. 4 hits in his last 3 games. That's in for a strike, 1-1. 3 of those 4 hits for extra bases, too. Laranaga on the ground to the left side. Tough play for Brauntman. He dives, but he's got to eat it. And that's an infield hit for Simon that loads the bases.
Now you're starting to get again into that 7, 8, 9 where you need to start seeing production. This is the most telling of the problems that the Batcats have had all season. And here as you get into position number 7 and the catcher Shoemaker.
A big spot early in this game for the Batcats. They got Bodie Waller at third, Jane Smith at second, Simon Laranaga is at first. Cy Schumacher at the plate. Hitting .208 this season. First pitch. It's another bouncer towards the middle. Going to be a tough play. It gets past the outstretched glove of Holder. Bodie Waller scores right behind him. Zane Spin trying to get to second base is Schumacher, and he is out at second base. And that ends the inning, but the Batcats do get 2 runs across on that play alone, and they take a 3-0 lead against the Cheney Diamond Dogs as we go to the second inning here on the Batcats Media Network. Big clutch hit there from Cy.
This is Batcats pitcher Dash Albus. You are watching Batcats Baseball on the Batcats Media Network.
Batcats have the lead, top of the second inning. Cy Schumacher with a 2 RBI single in the first inning, even though he was thrown out trying to make it a double. Take the RBIs as the first pitch. In for a strike to Noah Brewer. Set and the 0-1. He hits out to right center field pretty well. Riley Silva is there, though, and he makes the catch. One away.
Easy snag there. A bit of a can of corn, if you'd say.
Batcats will take those. And this brings up Lenny Ashby. Lenny forgot his jersey today, so instead of his typical 99, he's wearing 44.
Whoops.
First pitch outside. Another New Mexico Lobo. One-oh pitch. That's in for a strike.
Ashby, another Diamond Dog from last year's team.
He had a great year, too. One of the best hitters in the league, one of the best power hitters. 1-1 he fouls back. He had 3 hits in yesterday's game. He's behind 1-2 here. He's always having a conversation. talking with the catcher, talking with the guy at first. He had the drone flying over him in left field in the game on Tuesday, as this is outside 2-2.
Oh, they did.
They're trying to get some aerial shots
Okay.
of the stadium, and the drone got a little low.
Whoops.
So it's right near, flying over Lenny's head in left field. And that's at the knees. Strike 3 called. 5 up, 5 down to start the contest for Braden Tower, and that's the second strikeout.
Left fielder, number 10, Ryan Scott.
Well, in Ashby, there was almost looking like you mentioned how he likes to have conversation. You almost looked like you want to have a conversation there with Tower there as he was walking back.
So now there's 2 down, nobody on for the very dangerous Ryan Scott. First pitch to him, and it looked like he went around there, certainly, right? No.
Ooh.
He's in position, too, Anthony Perez. That looked like it was awfully close. 1-0 pitch. That's fouled back by Scott. Count even at 1-1. Scott is tied for the most home runs in the Sunflower Collegiate League with 7, tied with Simon Larinaga from the Bad Cats and Kirkland Trahan with the Derby Twins. Scott hitting better than both of those guys, though, with a .403 average. 1-1 pitch. Too far inside. 2 balls and a strike. Two-one pitch. Gets one in there. And the count evens up at 2-2.
And it shows there how Scott's able to, just stay in there, albeit nothing really going his way. But if he can find something, he fouls it back.
This one high in the air, the other way to right field. Lining this one up is Silva, and he makes the catch. A really good start to this game for Braden Tower. 6 up, 6 down
Couldn't
to
ask
start
for
the
a better one.
contest. I mean, that's good stuff against a lineup like this, and the Bad Cats lead 3-0, and they'll be back on offense when we come back, bottom of the second.
This is outfielder Kyle Gates, and you're watching Batcats Baseball on the Batcats Media Network.
Batcats have the edge in the early going of this one. They lead 3-0. Some really good pitching from Braden Tower. 6 up, 6 down as Ashcraft is going to hit Brady Kreitzer. He's leading off the Batcats second. Kreitzer wears that one, takes his base, and that brings up another Barton Cougar.
Third baseman.
And soon to be
Coulter.
Fort Hays State, and I believe Coulter Maldonado.
I was about to say, I don't know exactly where Maldonado's going.
He's going to Fort Hays.
Okay.
That's where he's going. The question was about the mascot.
I got you.
There's a lot of cats. I know it's one of them.
Yeah.
Tigers, lions, something in between.
Yeah. If anybody from UNK is listening, Nebraska Kearney, as this one gets lined right to.
And it just eats up Andrew Brotman and gets into the outfield. Going to third is Kreitzer, and that puts him on the corner. Self-inflicted wounds for the Dawgs.
Very off-kilter night that we've seen from Cheney so far tonight. It seems like, Mark. To finish up the statement real quick that I had, it seems like for my buddies from UNK, I am like Fort Hayes' biggest fan up there. Albeit, it doesn't help that I grew up an hour away from Hayes. But up there in Kearney, I am the biggest Fort Hayes fan they have.
It is the Tigers. I had to double check. There's just so many cat mascots these days.
Well, I could have told you that, but that's also because I'm somehow related to their athletic director, Curtis Hammocky. Don't know how, but we have the same last name, so we're related somehow.
This one grounded foul third base side by Alex Rogers. Leadoff man up with 2 on. I remember we used to talk, for the people that do remember, our favorites were always the community colleges in Arizona. Had some great names.
The Scottsdale Community College Fighting Artichokes.
0-1. Yeah, that one's going to be just low. They throw down to second. Trying to steal was Coulter Maldonado. Then coming home was Kreitzer. They airmail the throw back to the plate. And a run scores to make it 4-zip. And that could not have gone worse for the Diamond Dogs. They tried to catch Maldonado stealing, and then Kreitzer broke for the plate, throwing back to the plate. Throw just went straight over the head of the catcher, Cody Moore.
Not only was it over the head, but it also was quite a few feet to the right. So, I mean, you couldn't have, even if you jumped, you wouldn't have had a chance at grabbing that one. You had to almost have like a Superman-like jump and get a little help from Superman himself in order to catch that one.
One is outside. So 2 errors in this inning for Cheney. Middle infield kind of letting him down a little bit. Cats have a chance for more with Alex Rogers at the plate. Here's the 2-1 from Ashcraft, and this one hit the center straight away. Searing, they're going to test his arm. Here comes the throw, and it's going to be offline and cut off before it even got to the plate. Maldonado scores, and the Mad Cats lead is continuing to increase 5-0 the score.
And it brings up the right fielder, number 19, Riley Silva.
Rogers doing his job there, getting the runner home from third.
And now that we've gone completely through the lineup once, looking at the 7, 8, 9 hole, you had Schumacher who had that double. He was thrown out. He had the single, thrown out at second. You had Kreitzer wear the pitch, and then you have Maldonado there with that bouncer that was helped by the Brotman error. 7, 8, 9's going so far pretty good.
All 3 guys have produced in some way, even though Maldonado did need a little bit of help. You'll take it when you can get it. And the count's 1-0 here to Riley Silva, who walked his first time up against Ashcraft, who's struggling. And this one again hit towards the middle, going to his right. Tough play for Holder. Tries to get the throw off, but that's an infield knock. Nothing going the way of the Diamond Dogs right now. Even when they're forcing soft contact, they just can't seem to get it out.
Left fielder, number 17, Kyle Gates.
Kyle's looking to continue off a really good series so far.
Get into a 4-6-3 double play in his last at-bat. Will look to improve here. It's one on the ground again. Holder gets it over to second for 1, over to first. Not in time this time. It was dropped anyway by Brewer, but he was going to be saved regardless. So Gates reaches on a fielder's choice. Now a 2-way for Bodie Waller.
Next up is the cleanup hitter, brought to you by Fuller Industries. He's the DH, number 32, Bodie Waller.
Catcher went out to, looked like the first baseman got a new glove, possibly.
It looked like that one may have gotten through the webbing of his glove. It does happen from time to time if it's a little loose. So Bodie Waller stepping in. Hutch Blue Dragon for the beginning of his career. He was a walk-on there at Hutch. And now he was able to turn that into an opportunity to play at Mount Marty, South Dakota.
Good Catholic school up there, Mount Marty. If I have myself correct, they're not Catholic, actually. I don't think they are. They started up their football program just a couple of years ago, though. The football program is pretty new.
No, it is a Catholic school.
Oh, they're Catholic, okay. So you think of Catholic schools in South Dakota, and you always think of Augustana. And that's what I was starting to think, wait a second, Mount Marty isn't one.
Oh, this one, a hit-and-run play by the Batcats, and this one's got a lot of carry on it for Waller, and that's over the head of Jackson Searing. It did go up and over. That's going to be a ground rule double, and unfortunately for the Batcats, on a play that Kyle Gates certainly would have scored on because he was moving on the pitch, he's going to end up having to head back to third because that's a ground rule double. Tough break for the Cats.
Tough situation, but, I mean, you can't really blame Gates on that one.
The shortstop.
He went early, and unfortunately the ground rule double roll is that you only get 2 bases from where you started.
Yeah.
Particularly comes into effect when there are 2 down. So Zane Spin is coming up with 2 runners in scoring position. Chance to do even more damage for the Cats, who already lead 5-0. Ashcraft's first pitch. And misses outside, 1-0. Spin walked back in the first.
Made his way around to score later on the Schumacher throw out.
A little late on that one. Targeted to the party, and it's 1-1. Ready in the 1-1. Spin fouls this one right off the plate, 1-2. It's pretty good when you're in the second inning of the game and every single guy in your lineup is reached. Not all of them have gotten hit. There have been a fielder's choice in there, an error, hit by pitch, walks, but every single guy has been at least on base.
And it especially helps there when you're talking about your pitcher with Ashcraft, getting into his head a little bit, that's the big thing. And if you can dip into that Cheney bullpen sooner rather than later, you start to work yourself into a bit of a nice conundrum.
Spin hits this one high in the air. Right field should be no problem for Connor Miles. And man from Odessa College makes the catch out there and right to retire the side. But the Batcats strike for 2 more runs and now lead 5-0 going to the 3rd inning here from Al Burns Memorial Field.
Right here in the center of the whole USA, on the bend of a river, in the heart of the Sunflower State. Great people, great places, great band. You've got a day, a weekend, or a lifetime to spend with so many things to offer. Come again and again for great people, great places, great band. Great people, great places, great band.
We've all heard what they say about us. Flyover state, middle of nowhere, a bunch of country folk. Go ahead and fly on over. There's nothing going on. Nowhere to be. And yeah, we've got a lot of hard-working, entrepreneurial, best neighbor you could ask for farm families. We're proud of Kansas, and that's why we built our entire network for it. Next Tech Wireless, keeping Kansans connected.
Batcats lead 5-0. Top of the third. And first up will be the 7-hole hitter, Connor Miles. First pitch from Tower, swing and a miss, 0-1. Defensive change for the Batcats. Brady Kreitzer is now out of the game, and he'll be replaced by Rathan Malone. Not sure if that has something to do with him getting hit on that last play coming up. When he got on base, he got hit right in the shoulder. That's in for a strike to Miles, 1-1. Ready in the pitch. It's outside, 2-1. Miles is another Australian here in the Sunflower Collegiate League. The Batcats have two of them in Adam Musto and Brett Allen.
Bit of an interesting time to mention my boss is Australian.
They're migrating to central Kansas and Nebraska and just the Golden Belt in general.
See, he came to Nebraska because his grandparents lived in Nebraska, and so then he went to Kearney State and he just lived here the rest of his life. Whoa! There goes the bat.
A flying bat that hits off of the fence over the Cheney dugout. I mean, we've seen some balls bats go flying, but that's easily the farthest the bat has gone. It's a strikeout, too, also worth mentioning, as that was the third strike. But, geez, that one almost went out in the parking lot.
Did you move your car before the game?
I did not. I left it over there.
Oh.
So, luckily, Connor Miles' bat did not hit it.
Well, last year Cheney was the town that stole a Subway sandwich, and this year Cheney would have been the team that either dented your car or made you get a new windshield.
That one's inside. Count is 2 balls, no strikes to Cody Moore. For reference on that story, I brought a Subway sandwich to Cheney. We had 2 of them. My parents brought them for me and Alex, and we asked the lady in the concession stand, because it was a doubleheader, we were playing a twin bill, and we said, hey, can you keep our sandwiches in the fridge? And she's like, yeah, no problem. First base runner reaches here, by the way. Cody Moore will get on, so there's 1 on and 1 out. But we say, hey, can you hold on to these sandwiches for us? And they're like, yeah. So, and then apparently they gave away Alex's Subway. Like, acting like that was something that normal people do. Like, hey, I asked you to hold on to my sandwich, and all of a sudden you just give it to somebody else because they asked for it.
I mean, that would have topped the Cheney story from last year. If that bat would have flown into your windshield and broke it. I mean, try to explain that to your parents. Like, you remember how bizarre the Subway fiasco was in Cheney? Well, now Cheney comes to Great Bend, they break your windshield.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm trying to say, because I didn't even know how to react to it, because you just sit there and like that's like if I gave somebody my lunch to hold and then they gave it to somebody else.
Yeah. You kind of have the whole, okay, I've seen it all now type of – that's how I felt after that. It was like, this is bizarre, but, I mean, you've seen it all at that point.
Last pitch missed, 2-0. That's 6 straight balls thrown by Braden Tower, and now coming out is Roger Ward to have a conversation with Tower. Trying to unplug him a little bit here, get him to refocus.
Doesn't look like we got anybody in the bullpen for the Batcats.
Still a little early, and he's pitched fantastically outside of the 1 walk. But you're dealing against the bottom of the order. Don't want to give him anything free. More walk. This is Brotman at the plate, 2-0 count to him. Well, the conclusion of that story, though, was still sort of happy. They did give Alex, I think, a burger and a hot dog.
Yeah.
So that's what made up for the sandwich.
Still a bizarre story about Cheney concession stands, though. And just the Diamond Dogs in general. I mean, that's just like, you go down there and, that was the second time we'd been there that year, because the Sunflower Seeds are now the Kingman Islanders. They played at Cheney's ball field. Started off the season there. As this pitch goes way inside. And that was the second time of the year we were down there. And the first time, it was desolate because it wasn't the Diamond Dogs.
Also had an immaculate inning pitch there by Jungju Kim while we were there. So there was a lot of special moments at the Cheney Sports Complex. And this pitch in for a strike to Brotman. 3 balls and a strike. Brotman is a .312 hitter. And the 3-1. That's in for a strike, and the count fills up.
Well, it's Brotman's first year with Cheney. He was with the Diamond Dogs last year for the NBC World Series. Previous to that, he was with the Newton Rebels. Of course, Newton now the Newton Sluggin' Rebels when they merged with 316.
The 3-2. This one smoked right up the middle, and that'll be a base hit. So Brotman, the single on the full count, and the lineup will turn over, and this will bring up Jackson Searing.
At this point now, Searing, he's, the first time he went through, couldn't get in, was struck out. Very explosive hitter we saw at Butler County past couple of years. You don't want to see him get hot, and now, have him get hot, and then it could start to spell disaster in a sense.
First pitch to him, and he hits a rocket out to deep left field, going back. Gates at the track, and he makes the catch right in front of the wall. Tagging to third base is Moore. He does get there. Just too much air under that from Searing, because that one was smoked.
The wind sure did help Jackson on that one. And, when that left the barrel, you were thinking that one was going yard. We were able to watch him a few times with Cheney where he went yard in the NBC World Series in Hutch and in Wichita.
He's one of the few guys that did hit a home run at Riverfront Stadium, a little deeper than a lot of your typical SCL parks. That's high and tight. 1-0. He's an interesting combination of power and speed at the top of the order. On the very first pitch of the All-Star game this year, hit a home run. That kind of shows the power he has with Cole Myers coming up, taking a strike there, 1-1. But, off the bat, that looked like it was going to be a round tripper.
Yeah.
One, sharply grounded, and this one foul by third. Count ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch. And this one hit well out to deep left field. Gates going back again on this one. He jumps in, and that one's gone.
Just barely had it.
He was so close out in left field, but that right there is a 3-run shot from Cole Myers, and that narrows the deficit 5-3. Gates went all out for that one and almost brought it back in at full extension, but Myers had enough on it to get it out.
You can't fault Gates at all. He showed maximum effort on that one, did his best he could. Just Myers is too much on the bat there.
It's the first home run, believe it or not, for Cheney in this series. For a team with this kind of power, Batcats have managed to limit the long ball, but couldn't do it forever. And that is the 38th home run of the season for Cheney. Individually for Myers, his second. Now up to 12 RBIs. That misses outside. 3 balls, no strikes to Jackson Holder. And the pitch outside, and that's a walk. 2 walks allowed by Braden in this inning. And here comes Noah Brewer.
That'd be big for Tower here if he gets through this inning. If he ends it either here with Brewer or if he ends it with Ashby, who's coming up next, and just limit the damage to that 3-run shot.
First pitch gets across the strike. Brewer's been all around, as we mentioned in the first game. Started his collegiate career at Incarnate Word. Takes another strike there, 0-2. But wanted to kind of get a change of scenery, bet on himself, went back down to junior college still, even though he did play a little bit for Incarnate Word his freshman season. Went to Grayson College, played incredibly well there, and that earned him an opportunity to play back at the Division I level at Arkansas Little Rock.
Grayson's a really solid Div 1 JUCO program down there in Texas. It seems like JUCO in Texas is a little bit different.
This one on the ground over to short, and Spin just fumbles it. Spin hit with the air, first error for the Batcats. And now there are 2 on, and that does bring up Lenny Ashby this inning.
Ashby, again, one of the toughest batters. One of the best batters in this league, too.
Here's the pitch. This is to Ashby, 1-0. First time up, Ashby did get caught looking. But he has an opportunity with a gap shot to tie this game up. 1-0. Started to make his turn there, but this one drops below the zone. 2 balls, no strikes. Backhats had a 5-0 lead in this game going into this top of the third inning, but a 3-run home run by Cole Myers made it a 2-run game, and now there are 2 on with 2 outs, and Lenny Ashby is going to hit one to center, and that actually is going to be caught over by Zane Spin. Kind of took a weird angle off the bat. Looked like it was going to drive further than that, and then ended up just settling into the glove of Zane Spin, which retires the side, and Tower is able to limit it to just the 3-run home run by Cole Myers. 5-3 the score for this one. This one could be a shootout going to the bottom of the third here on the Batcats Media Network.
This is Bodie Waller, first baseman, and you're watching Batcat Baseball on Batcat Media Network.
Five to 3 game. This one getting closer. But it's been a high-scoring affair. Simon Larinaga in for the Batcats. Facing against Mason Ashcraft, who now really has to bear down and get some outs. That's a strike on the outside corner to Larinaga, 1-1. Simon ended up with an infield hit his last time up. 1 ball and 1 strike, and another delivery. He chased something up high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Thanks again for joining us here on the Batcats Media Network. Mark McClure, joined by special guest Alex Hammerkey, making his return to the booth here at Al Burns.
It's good to be back.
1-2. Larinaga late on this one, hit it foul down the right side, and that one's out of play.
Still a 50-cent reward at the concession stand for a foul ball.
Now it is, I believe, a free ice ball.
Oh.
Changed it.
I was about to say, because you got about 20 kids making chase trying to get that foul.
1-2. That's too low. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Simon. Ready, the 2-2 from Ashcraft. Thought it was strike 3, but that was down low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Thinks he's getting squeezed a little bit here. And that one is in there on the outside corner, strike 3. That right there was Ashcraft's first strikeout.
26, Cy Shoemaker.
And if you're Ashcraft, I mean, after struggling there in those first 2 innings, giving up 5 runs, strikeout there, exactly what you need. And if you're Cheney Diamond Dogs, that's what you're wanting to see. You try and work your way back in here. And I want to give a props to Schumacher. He's got good old, I forgot the artist already, of course.
And the funniest part about that is everybody else laughs at that. And we've been kind of making it a gag on the broadcast, making fun of his walk-up music.
Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass? Come on, guys. That's a classic.
I think someone called it elevator music.
I mean, it kind of is elevator music.
This one on the ground from Schumacher to short. Brotman does field this cleanly. The throw is in time. And there's 2 away.
I mean, I have like 4 of his vinyl albums, albeit. I mean, I don't know if he's had any new music since 1995, but I mean, Herb Alpert he's an American icon from the 60s and 70s of like party jazz.
Number 2.
It's not bad. I don't know if it would be my walk-up song, like it would fire me up when I'm getting to the box.
I gotta agree with you. It does not strike at all walk-up music.
Or like it definitely doesn't strike fear into the opponent.
Oh no,
no doubt about that.
Oh no.
First pitch strike to Rathan Malone, who's into the game for Brady Kreitzer, getting his first at bat.
What if you're not going for striking fear? What if you're more for striking more confusion?
That could definitely work, and that's definitely something that could be put into the mind games category when you have that kind of walk-up music.
You're expecting Eye of the Tiger or something along those lines. You don't expect Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass.
No balls, 2 strikes to Malone. Ashcraft deals. And did he go around? Yes, he did. Strike 3 on the check swing. And that ends the bottom of the 3rd inning. Cats go 1-2-3. Alex, really appreciate you joining us tonight on the broadcast.
Thanks again for having me, Mark. And who knows, I might pop up here for a little bit post-game. So
sounds good.
Good to be back, and good to be back here for some baseball action here at Al Burns.
Top of the 4th. Up next here on the Cats Media Network.
This is Alex Rogers. You're watching Batcat Baseball on the Batcat Media Network.
back here on the Great Bend Bad Cats Media Network. As first pitch in there to Ryan Scott was called a ball, and then time called before the next pitch. And the count will just stay at 1-0. Thanks again to Alex Hammocky for joining us here on the broadcast. He was with us last year. Now we have Cade McWilliams with us. This one outside, 1-1. Here's the 2-0.
Good pitch.
He got it in there for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. And for the most part, outside of the pitch to Cole Myers that ended up resulting in a 3-run home run, Tom's done a good job with this monster lineup. This one sharply hit to the ground. A great stab there by Zane Spinn. Throws the first in time to get the out.
Great play by Zane Spinn.
We talk a lot about how good this defense has been. While yesterday was a little bit of a tough day for the defense, for the most part, they've made some great plays. I mean, even on a bad day, quote-unquote, Rathan Malone makes a fantastic diving catch and save 2 runs. So here comes Connor Miles, the right fielder. First pitch, swing and a miss from the Australian, and it's 0-1. 5-3 score. We're in the top of the 4th inning. 1 out, nobody on. Bad Cats scored 3 in the first and followed that with 2 in the second. Only run production for these Cheney Diamond Dogs came in the 3rd inning on a 3-run home run to left field by Cole Myers. And believe it or not, Tower actually retired the first 7 guys he saw in this game. Here's the 0-1. Golfing for it, swing and a miss, 0-2. Miles struck out to lead off the 3rd inning. Getting a second at bat. And this is a breaker that's ripped down the right field line. Gets out towards the corner, but the grass stops it. Miles blows a tire halfway between first and second. The throw went into spin, though, and that prevented them from taking advantage of that. And it just turns into a single for Miles, and not a pretty one. Pointing to the edge of the grass, and he thinks that's the culprit. Not sure if Miles is okay, though, if he tripped. And coming up a little bit lame and doing the high step. Struggling to get his arm guard off. He's trying to loosen himself up. Ball's absolutely ripped, but it looks like Miles is going to be okay, and he'll stay into the ball game. So Cody Moore comes up with a runner on first. He swings at the first pitch. Hits it high in the air to center straight away. Alex Rogers has no issue with that one. 2 down.
Shortstop number 3, Andrew Brotman.
Now the 9 hole, and Andrew Brotman coming up. Single up the middle for him in his last at bat. Does have an error defensively in the game, but both shortstops do, as a matter of fact. Both Brotman and Spinn made poor defensive plays. Tower ready, and his first pitch to Brotman is in for a strike. Brotman's a tough one just because he's got such a long swing, covers a lot of the plate. Very similar to Adam Musto in that respect for the Bad Cats. 0-1. Down low, good block by Schumacher, kept that in front. So the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Very interesting, not something you see every day. 2 shortstops in this game, both stand at 6'4". Not your prototypical shortstops. Swing and a miss there, 1 ball, 2 strikes, but prototypical positions are kind of being challenged nowadays, especially we see catchers under 6 foot, which is not something you normally see. Size under 6 foot. I mean, even in the bigs, you can see it. O'Neal Cruz is 6'7" and plays shortstop. So you can't fit everybody in a vacuum like you used to be able to. That's on the inside corner, strike 3 call. Brotman very upset. Giving Hunter Fitzpatrick a piece of his mind before he heads back to the dugout. Tower has his 4th strikeout, and he ends up stranding Connor Miles over on first base. And as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, it's a 5-3 ball game.
This is Batcats assistant coach Jonathan Mariani, and you're watching Batcats Baseball on the Batcats Media Network.
Diamond Dogs go into the bullpen early in this one. We're just in the bottom of the 4th inning, but that'll do it for Mason Ashcraft. He's going to get replaced by Kendall Anthus, who the Batcats did see on Tuesday night. Ended up pitching 2 clean innings with 2 strikeouts, no runs, no hits, no walks. First pitch does miss to Coulter Maldonado. Anthus delivers, swing and a miss from Maldonado, 1-1. Batcats probably going to need some more offense in this one, as this is in for a strike 1 and 2. You have a feeling it's going to take more than 5. One, two. Swing and a miss there on something down in the dirt. They do have to throw down to complete the strikeout, which they do. Interesting they took out Ashcraft right after his best inning. He had the Batcats go 1, 2, 3 with 2 strikeouts. But in the end, for him, he'll end up getting 3 innings pitched. Gave up 6 hits, 5 runs. 4 of those runs were earned. Ended up walking 2, hitting 1, and striking out 2. Here comes Alex Rogers, who swings and misses at the first pitch. Good breaker, and it's 0-1. Rogers singled in the first, hit a sacrifice fly in the second. And the 0-1. Foul tipped. As it looks like the catcher, Cody Moore, is slumped over down near the Cheney Diamond Dogs dugout. Moore looks like he's all right, though. Catchers are a different breed. Seen Cy Schumacher get hit a bunch. I mean, these guys, it takes an awful lot to get a catcher out of a game.
I do not think I've seen anybody get hit as much as Cy behind the plate.
It's
in
honestly
my years of
crazy. He
baseball.
gets hit in everywhere, especially where there's not padding. He has a tendency to get hit in the thigh, in the hand, the areas where he's got nothing, as this one jams Alex a little bit, just fouls it away. So the count stays 0-2. One out in the inning is pitcher starting to step up in this one, get more comfortable against these two lineups. But this is Anthus, who's a new arm, as this is fouled back by Raj, not going down without a fight. Raj still behind here, 0-2 as Anthus comes set, and here's the pitch. And Raj drills one out towards left center field. Searing's got a long run, and he's not going to be able to make this catch. It's going to one-hop off the wall as Raj coasts into second with a double, his second hit of the game. And Raj is really starting to catch his stride. He's on a tear right now.
And that is a great thing to come by right before he goes and plays in Nacogdoches for Stephen F. Austin. Stay hot, have a good fall, and be their dude in center field.
So Riley Silva comes to the plate with a runner on second, and we'll see time called. Cody Moore going out. And he's chatting with Anthus. Silva has walked and gotten an infield hit today, so he's 1 for 1. Awfully warm one here in Great Bend, 96 degrees. Wind blowing out straight to left field. There's only been one home run in the ball game. This one gets way away from Moore. Trying to get to third is Rogers, and he gets in there without a throw. Now productive out, could put another on the board for the Cats. Ball and no strikes as Anthus winds and deals. And that one on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike as this count evens up. It's going to be a really warm stretch of baseball in general for the Bad Cats the next couple of days. 1-1 is outside and high, 2-1. Sunday will be the last day here in central Kansas where it's going to be under 100 degrees. Then it'll be about a week of triple-digit temperatures, so everyone's going to need to stay hydrated on both sides. This one drifts too far outside to Silva. 3 balls and a strike. Here's the 3-1. Checked his swing. Did he go around? Yes, he did, and the count is full. So this count fills up. And the payoff pitch. And that is going to be outside, and that's ball 4. Silva walks to put runners on the corners. That's Anthus' first free pass allowed. And now Kyle Gates comes up. Hit into a 4-6-3 double play back in the first inning, and then reached on a fielder's choice in the second. Chance to give Braden Tower some more run support. First pitch as Silva takes off. They will not throw down. Instead, they'll throw to third. But Raj did a good job getting back in there, and Silva steals second. 0-1 count. And the pitch. Comes outside. Anthus in trouble here. He's got 1 out, 2 runners in scoring position. This is outside. Nice falling behind to Kyle Gates. First baseman Noah Brewer playing up just a little bit near the infield grass. While Jackson Holder, he has his heels on the outfield grass. This pitch is up high, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. And the last guy you want to load the bases for is Bodie Waller, who's on deck. Already has 2 hits. And the pitch, and this one hit the other way by Gates into foul ground down the left side. That one, it's out of play.
Here you go, KG.
Three balls, 2 strikes to Gates. Here's the pitch, and Gates hits one up the elevator shaft to the left side. It's going to be right on the verge of foul territory. It is caught, and Scott with a good throw in. That prevents Alex Rogers from going anywhere. So we'll keep runners on second and third. Bodie Waller to the plate.
The designated hitter. The cleanup hitter brought to you by Fuller Industries. Number 30, Bodie Waller.
Bodie has a single and a double in the game as Hunter Douglas comes out. I'm going to talk with Anthus about how to approach Bodie. First base open here. I don't expect Bodie to get too much to hit, especially if Anthus falls behind in the count. So Waller will step in, the lefty against the right-hander. Anthus has his sign. First pitch to Bodie. Way outside and high, 1 ball, no strikes. Again, not a surprise to see them be very careful with Bodie if you're going to miss like that. (1-0), and Waller hits one high in the air to right center, shallow. Charging is Searing, and he's able to just barely chase that one down for the final out of the bottom of the 4th inning. Bad Cats turned away. They had runners on second and third, just 1 out, but those runners end up getting stranded, and still 2-run game going to the 5th inning here on the Bad Cats Media Network.
Options. Everyone likes them, and at Office Products Incorporated, we offer options. Shop by phone or by having one of our OPI specialty salespeople call on you to help you find solutions. Shop online at OPIKAN.com to place your order directly or search for solutions, or come to one of our 4 store locations, Great Bend, Larned, Russell, and Hayes, to shop in person. OPI offers you these options for your shopping convenience. Which do you prefer?
Everything you need to power your business. OPI.
In today's world full of change, it's nice to come across the simple things like consistency, reliability. And when it comes to the comfort in your home, one thing you won't have to worry about is the reliability of a Lennox furnace and air conditioner. Steeder Contractors has been your Lennox dealer in Central Kansas for over 37 years. We've beefed up our inventory and are prepared to deliver the same quality Steeder service that you've come to expect. When you need a high-efficiency heating and air system, rely on Steeder Contractors in Great Bend for service you can depend on, prices you can trust.
Jackson Searing is the leadoff man for the Diamond Dogs at the top of the 5th inning. 1-2-3 due up for the Dogs as the first pitch, a breaker in for a strike, 0-1. Searing has struck out and flown out to deep left field, and that fly out in the third was almost a 3-run home run. Just want to check swing. They appeal to first. Anthony Perez says Searing did not go around. So the count, a ball and a strike. Didn't really matter, though, for Searing because the next man up, Cole Myers, did end up hitting that 3-run home run. This one chopped foul over to the Bad Cat dugout. Jack Dobbins does a good job making the play as he came out. Ready for the 1-2, and this one hit to the opposite field. This one foul, though. And the count stays at 1-2. That one went in near the Diamond Dogs bullpen. Here's a set in the pitch. Searing another foul ball, and there's Hunter Douglas making a nice play down the third base side. It was good to see those coaches going all out to make the play. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Ooh, and that one hits Searing. He was trying to lean back, hit his arm. And he'll take first base. Leadoff man on, and here is Cole Myers.
Third baseman, number 6, Cole Myers.
Myers 1 for 2, the fly out and a 3-run shot. First pitch to him. That one's down low, 1 ball and no strikes. One out, and Myers just tips this one foul towards the left side, 1-1. After this one for the Bad Cats, they are back to Cheney, finish off the series. That game scheduled for 7 o'clock start at the Cheney Sports Complex. We'll have the game here on the Bad Cats Media Network. 1-1. Swing and a miss. It's something near the top of the zone for Myers. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bad Cats currently trail the Diamond Dogs by 4 games in the Sunflower Collegiate League standings. Only 6 games to play. That was inside 2-2. Hutch a game and a half out. Probably the biggest threat to the Diamond Dogs. 2 ball, 2 strikes, and that one down low. Trying to advance here. Searing throw down by Schumacher, and that's just barely not in time. And now the count is full to Myers. So it'll be a 3-2 pitch. And Myers gets a piece of it. Fouls it down the right field line out of play. So the 3-2 comes in, and Myers hits another one pretty well out to left field. Gates is back at the track, and that one is gone. Cole Myers with another home run. A 2-run home run this time, and he has tied this game at 5. Myers has his 3rd home run of the campaign, 2 in this game, 5 RBIs. And Roger Ward comes out, and he will take the baseball away from Braden Tower, who lasts 4+ innings in this game. And Matt Howell will come out and take over for the Bad Cats in what is now a tie game with nobody out in the top of the 5th. Back in a moment on the Bad Cats Media Network. Matt Howell will take over on the mound for Braden Tower. And Tower will end up with an O decision in this one. His line is closed. 4 innings pitched, 4 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. As Howell takes over, and this one going to be hit on the ground over to the left side. Larinaga makes the play, makes the receive from Zane's spin. Jackson Holder grounds out. 6-3 put out. And Noah Brewer comes up. First pitch to Brewer from Howell. That's in for a strike. It's 0-1. Howell's numbers on the year. 2-0 record, a 2.25 ERA. This is his 8th appearance. 20 innings for him, 29 strikeouts to 12 walks as Brewer hits one to straightaway left in the air, and this one caught by Kyle Gates. So good start for Howell. He gets back-to-back outs and working against the middle of the order, and it brings up big Lenny Ashby. Lefty-lefty matchup here. First pitch from Howell to Ashby is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Howell's been fantastic ever since he's been moved to the bullpen. He had some issues with walks in his 2 starts. That's in for a strike. He walked 8 guys in 8 innings in the 2 games he started at the beginning of the year against Dodge City and 3-1-6 Elite. But since he's been in the bullpen, he has only walked 4 guys in a total of 5 appearances that have covered 12 innings. He has a save, and since he's been working out of the bullpen, just 2 earned runs allowed. That one missed low and away, 2-2. Ashby has 0 for 2 with a strikeout on the fielder's choice. And here's the pitch. Just too far outside there, and it's full. Good spot, though. Ashby's 3-2 swing is a fair ball down the left side, and that is going to turn into, in all likelihood, a double for Lenny as he slides in safely. That was just a bouncer down the third base side. Looked like it was going to be just foul, but ended up squeaking fair. So runner in scoring position for Ryan Scott, who will try and give the Diamond Dogs the lead. Now set for the first pitch to him. And this one's inside, but did catch the corner, believe it or not, a strike. Even though Schumacher couldn't really frame it because he dropped it. Oh, 1 count. Scott's 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground out. And the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Scott behind 0-2. Now trying to keep this game tied for the Cats, get the bats back in the dugout. The strike away. The count 0-2 on Scott. And the pitch. Scott able to foul it off. Count staying, no balls and 2 strikes. Now set at the belt. Another 0-2. That one's inside. Five game, top of the 5th. And a 1-2 count on Scott. Trying to give the Diamond Dogs the lead. Howell trying to keep it tied. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him a big strikeout for Howell. So he gave up the 2-out double to Lenny Ashby. He ends up stranding him on second base, but we are tied. 2-run home run by Cole Myers, his 2nd home run of the game. As we head to the bottom of the 5th, it's a new ball game.
This is your catcher, Grant Farlander, and you're watching Batcats Baseball on Batcats Media Network.
Zane Spin's the leadoff man. Here in the bottom of the fifth inning, we're now into a tie game, and Jake Burcham will take over on the mound for the Cheney Diamond Dogs. So just one inning in relief for Anthus. Give up no runs on 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Spin takes a strike there, and it's 1-1. Looks like it's going to be more of a bullpen game for the Diamond Dogs in this one. Spin hits this one foul down the left field line, so he'll be behind 1-2. Spin to this point, 0 for 1. Walked and later came around to score in the first, flew out in the second. Cats have lost their 5-0 lead. Cole Myers has done all the damage. 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. A Spin caught looking at this one. That'll be a strikeout, first one for Burcham. Burcham pitched in the game yesterday, going an inning, giving up 1 run on 1 hit. Victim of Alex Rogers' breakout game. Got a 4.02 ERA and a 3-1 record. 7th appearance out of the bullpen, 8th overall. As Larinaga swings and fouls one away. No balls and a strike. The pitch to Simon, and he hits this one a ton out to deep left. Is it fair? It is gone. Simon Larinaga with his 8th home run of the year. He now leads the Sunflower Collegiate League in that category. And the Batcats lead 6-5. What a time for Larinaga to go yard. We talked about him stepping up his play recently in particular. And there he goes again. The only question about that one was whether it was going to be fair or not.
And it brings up the catcher, number 26, Cy Shoemaker.
So there's Cy Schumacher, first pitch swing and a miss, 0-1. I mean, that one looked like it was over the cars out in left field. That may have caught Railroad. And this one fouled off by Schumacher. Count 0-2 from the belt. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Now it's downstairs, skip to the plate from Burcham. And it's 1-2 Burcham. Now in an inning and a third, he's given up 2 home runs in this series. This game just a third of an inning of work as the 1-2 swing and a miss from Schumacher. Gets away a little bit from Moore. Chases it down, has got a throw, and he's just barely going to get Cy. Second strikeout in the inning for Burcham, and it'll bring up Rathan Malone.
The second baseman, number 2, Rathan Malone.
Burcham into his wind. And this one's a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Simon Larinaga getting dangerously close to the franchise record for home runs. Currently held by Jordan Wilkerson with 10. Count 1 ball and 1 strike to Malone. And this one grounded foul, 1-2. Wilkerson in 2017, 10 home runs for him. And that is the current best mark in Batcat history. Larinaga just hit his 8th. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and that one actually foul tipped into the glove. But the result is the same, a strikeout for Malone. But the Batcats take a 6-5 lead on the big fly from the big man, Simon Larinaga. And as we go to the 6th inning, 6-5 Cats.
This is infielder Colter Maldonado, and you're watching Batcats Baseball on the Batcats Media Network.
Batcats with a 6-5 lead, top of the 6th inning. And the first pitch is just outside. And this one fouled back by Connor Miles, and it's 1-1. Miles, he's 1 for 2. Strikeout in the 3rd, single in the 4th. 1-1 pitch. That's up and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two one. Miles gets a piece of it, fouls it away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Been a seesaw battle. Batcats took a 5-0 lead. Diamond Dogs came back to tie it at 5, and then Simon Larinaga, just in the last half inning, broke the tie with a solo shot. That one goes outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch from Howell. And this one flared down the left side, and that's foul as well. And he broke his bat, so then he snaps it over his knee and gets a new one. He acts like he's upset at Howell. Miles got a chance to meet Hal at the All-Star game, and he's a very friendly guy. Just walk up to anybody and talk about just about anything. He does draw himself a walk here, and that's the first walk allowed by Howell in this relief effort. And that brings up Cody Moore. Cheney backstop is 0 for 1 with a walk. And he's going to square to bunt, gets this one down the first base line, but this trickles foul. So the count will just be 0-1 after that bunt attempt. We'll see if the Dawgs keep that play on. Foul set from the belt. They are going to square to bunt again, and this one he does get down, but this is a chance for two. They get to second for one. And they'll just leave it there. Scott with a good slide. Or Miles, my apology, with a good slide. Some more reaches on the fielder's choice, and that'll bring up the 9-hole Andrew Brotman. Looks like spin shaking up a little bit on the play. Spin looks like he's all right. And here's the first pitch to Brotman. He swings and misses, 0-1. A good pitch from Howell. Lefty going up against another long right-hander. Oh, 1. And this one hit the other way. This is foul. And the count's 0-2. Brotman has a single and a strikeout in this game. Now is Brotman behind, 0-2. And he deals. And this one gets through Cy Schumacher. It was low. And getting over to second base is Moore. Does eliminate the double play for the Batcats. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes as Brotman steps back in. From the belt, here's the 1-2. And Brotman watches it. Ends up being a good take. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Six-5 game. We're in the top of the 6th inning. 2-2 count. Brotman at the plate. Cody Moore at second base. Here's the 2-2. Just want to tap her over to third base. Going to be a tough play. Maldonado fields and a great throw. Threw it back to second to try and double off Moore, who was off the bag a little farther than he should have been. Couldn't get him, however. And the lineup will turn over for the 4th time. It'll be Jackson Searing coming to the plate. A strikeout, a flyout, and a hit by pitch for Searing in this game. With the way Myers is hitting, he's on deck. You want to try and get Searing here. Try to avoid Myers getting up to the plate with runners on at all costs. First pitch to Searing, up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. One ball, no strikes, and this delivery is down low, 2-0. So all of a sudden, Howe's falling behind to Searing, 2 balls, no strikes. That's trouble with Myers on deck, who's hit 2 home runs. 2-0. And he gets one across there. 2 balls and 1 strike. Good comeback pitch for Howell, but he needs 2 more. Lefty gets set. Here's the pitch, and he gets another one across. Another good spot there from Howell. 2-2. Inning and 2/3 of relief for Howell so far. No runs given up. And the 2-2 pitch. And that's going to hit Searing. Second time he's been hit. Just drove in on him. Searing not too happy about it, and it does bring up Myers. Myers 2 for 3, a 3-run home run and a 2-run home run. 5 RBIs for him in the game. He's driven in every run for the Dogs. Here's the pitch. And that's inside. Ball and no strikes. Gotta be real careful here as Myers got a lot of confidence in the box right now. It's a strike in there, 1-1, albeit both those home runs were off of Braden Tower. Here's the 1-1. That catches the corner, 1-2, so Howell ahead, needs one more good pitch. And here is that 1-2. Inside, that one backed Myers up a little bit, 2-2. Howell at the belt. The 2-2 pitch. This one smoked foul by Myers. He stays alive. Diamond Dogs have had issues leaving runners on base here at Al Burns. They left 13 on in the series opener. Here in this one so far, they've left 4 as this pitch is inside to Myers, and that fills this count up. The inning will continue. Jackson Holder, the right-handed hitter, will be next to hit. Lefty, my apologies, Holder. Is this a double steal on? And there's actually a 3-2, my apologies, but walk anyway, and that will load the bases. Second walk, Howell's allowed, and they're loaded for the lefty Holder.
Second baseman, number 2, Jackson Holder.
6-5 Cats, but they're on the precipice of blowing that lead. First pitch. That's a strike in there, 0-1. Bad Cats do get a decent matchup here. Lefty-lefty. Howell gets another one in for a strike, 0-2. Bases loaded, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And Howell will like to step off here. Time was called. And the 0-2. And that's just outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Howell thought it. He wanted it. He thought it was a strike. It was close. And here's the 1-2. Fouled back. Holder stays in there. The count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Holder is 0 for 2. He lined out and grounded out. He has reached once on a walk. 1-2 pitch. That's just outside. Holder looked like he wanted to go, but managed to hold himself back. The 2-2 from Howell. Swing and a miss. Got him anyway. Thought he got jobbed on the 0-2 pitch. That looked like it caught the outside corner. He struck him out regardless. And the Dawgs leave the bases loaded here in the top of the 6th inning. Batcats lead 6-5.
This is left-handed pitcher, outfielder Matthew Howell, and you're watching the Batcats on Batcat Media Network.
Welcome into the bottom of the 6th inning. Mark Clorcade McWilliams on the call here for the Batcats Media Network. This pitch is low and away. Colter Maldonado is the leadoff man. He's reached on an error and struck out in this game. Jake Bertram on the bump. Here's the pitch. This one hit high in the air, foul down the right side. Count is ball and a strike. Ready for the 1-1. Maldonado takes a good, healthy cut at it. Couldn't make contact, though, and it's 1-2. Maldonado's taken some big swings in this game. Kind of gotten caught swinging at things down low. 1-2 pitch. Managed to lay off that one, and it's 2-2. Bertram with a long pause. Now we'll go at Maldonado with the 2-2 pitch, and Maldonado rips it to left. That's a base hit. Maldonado's first hit of the night comes off Jake Bertram to lead off this bottom of the 6th inning, and it'll bring up Alex Rogers.
The center fielder, number 4, Alex Rogers.
Rogers 2 for 2, single, a double, a sack, fly in this game. And we're ready for the first pitch. And it's inside to Raj. And backed him up a little bit on that one. Came in a little tight. 1 ball, no strikes. Raj has a tendency to get hit an awful lot. Pitchers like to pitch him inside. That's strike 1-1. As much as it's annoying, most hitters that I almost treat it as a sign of respect. They know that, hey, they're going to pitch me inside and sometimes it's going to run in and get me. That's a scouting report. Throw over to first, and Maldonado dives back in. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Low and away. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. And the delivery. Down low, trying to steal Maldonado. The throw from Moore is offline a little bit, made it more difficult for Brotman to get any type of tag down. Actually, that was Holder that was trying to get the tag down. Three balls and a strike to Rogers. Rogers is homered off of Burcham already in this series. Did it yesterday. In the 3-1. And Rogers, it's one high in the air, foul territory. Scott trying to run it down, but that one will drop foul. And it'll be a full count. So we'll go again with a full count. Runner on second is Coulter Maldonado. Nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. Backhats with a 6-5 edge over the Diamond Dogs. The pitch. And that one low and away. And that's a walk. Puts him on first and second. His first walk given up. And this one from Burcham. And he lost an opportunity to have a look at the action going on around the Sunflower Collegiate League. Derby playing Wichita down at Westside Athletic Field. Don't yet have an update on that one. Hayesville leads 6-5 down at Klein Scott Field. Bottom of the 7th there in Newton, as squaring to bunt was Riley Silva, and pulled back and it's a ball. And then Hutch is up 14-5 on Mulvane down at Sports Complex. Monarchs trying to keep it tight with Cheney at the top of the SCL. So again, squaring to bunt Silva. He does get this one down. Fielded by the first baseman Brewer, through to first, and it is in time. Successful sacrifice, though, by Riley. Moves Rogers to second, Maldonado to third, and sets up chances for RBIs for Kyle Gates. Gates hitless today, 0 for 3. Watch first pitch across for a strike, 0-1. Hasn't been a lot of smooth sailing for the pitchers for Cheney. They've worked 1-1-2-3 inning. That was back in the 3rd. But outside of that, there's always been some sort of trouble in every other inning. No exception here as the 0-1 comes to Gates, and he tattoos one out to deep center.
By baseball.
And that one is
Go ahead, Gates!
Woo! A 3-run shot to straightaway center field for Gates. Batcats lead it by 4.
Gates currently still uncommitted after coming off 2 years at Temple Junior College. Any program in the country will be lucky to have this guy. any program.
And for Gates, that is his second home run in as many days, 3 on the year. Go with a really good bat flip, too. And Bodie Waller comes up with the bases empty. And the first pitch, he rockets foul. Had good distance on it, though.
String up, kid. Here you go, left.
0-1. And Waller watches this one as it misses. Ball and a strike. That gets now lead it by 4 runs over the Diamond Dogs as this one is hit foul down the left field line by Waller. Had a feeling the long ball would play a role in this one. Talked about it during the pregame, and it certainly has. 4 home runs between these two teams. 1-2 is hit foul by Waller. Waller has this interesting superstition where he changes his bat every game that he plays. This one's outside 2-2. He's got a bat that's all black, and then this one more of a combo. Black on the handle, more of a dirt color towards the outside. But he's going to get caught looking here at the 2-2 pitch. And that is the 4th strikeout. In this one for the man on the mound, Jake Burcham. But he's given up 2 home runs in this outing as Zane Spinn comes to the plate. First pitch to Spinn. And he hits it the other way, and that one is going to drop in fair territory and head out towards the corner. Spinn motoring to second base. He's in standing with a double. And this will bring up Simon Larinaga.
One on for the one bagger. Number 25, Simon.
That cat's looking to do some more here in the home half of the 6th. Larinaga 2 for 3. Had a single in the first, a solo shot in the 5th that gave the Bad Cats 6-5 lead, which has since been padded. First one does get across a strike, 0-1. Simon a little frustrated at himself for taking that pitch. That was right in his wheelhouse. Here's the 0-1 from Burcham. Challenged him again there, swing and a miss, 0-2. 2 outs, runner on second. Mad Cats leading at 9-5. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And that's on the outside corner, strike 3, and Larinaga down on 3 pitches to end the inning. 5 strikeouts in total for Burcham, but gets hurt in that one. 3-run shot from Kyle Gates gives the Bad Cats a 4-run lead as we enter the later portion of this ball game here from Great Bend.
This is infielder Brady Kreitzer. You're watching Batcats Baseball on Batcats Media Network.
Matt Howell with some run support to work with. We're in the top of the 7th inning here at Al Burns Memorial Field. The Bad Cats lead 9-5, powered by the long ball. This 4-run lead. Had it tied at 5. Then Simon Larinaga, a solo shot for him in the bottom of the 5th, and then a 3-run home run by Gates in the bottom of the 6th. This one's in for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Noah Brewer at the plate. Brewer 0 for 3, 2 flyouts, and he's reached on an error. 2-1 a little tight. 3 balls and a strike. Swinging a foul ball on the 3-1 pitch, and Cy does get hit. Literally talked about this just a short time ago, how much Cy Schumacher gets balls fouled off of him. As per usual, Cy's all right. Just needed to catch his breath. He gets back in the crouch. 3-2 count. And here's the pitch. And that's just on the outside corner. And Brewer caught window shopping. Hands his bat off to Lenny Ashby as he heads to the dugout. And Ashby, the designated hitter. 1 for 3. A double his last time up. But he hit the other way. Just barely fair down the third base line. Ended up legging it out as the first pitch to him here misses a ball. 1-0. Down in the dirt, 2 balls and no strikes. House pitched 2 innings of scoreless ball. 2 1/3. To count that last out as this one foul tipped and held by Schumacher. 2-1. So out just 1 hit, 2 walks, a hit by pitch, 3 strikeouts. 2-1. A little bit of a rough release point for Howell on that one, and it's 3-1. (3-1) to Ashby. Swing and a miss at the top of the zone. He challenged him there, and it's a full count. Now with some really good fearless pitching on the mound against this tough lineup. Ashby will step out. Now he's back in ready with a 3-2 count. The payoff pitch. Up high, and Ashby walks. Third walk allowed by Howell, and it will bring up Ryan Scott. Scott has hit so well, hitting over 400 coming into this game, is 0 for 3. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. No balls and a strike. Scott has struck out once. It was Howell's first strikeout in this relief appearance. And the 0-1. Way up high side, did a great job getting the glove up. Keep that one from getting to the backstop. Certainly a duo capable of hitting into a double play. And the 1-1. This one on the ground to the left side, but that'll get through for a base hit. Ashby gets to second. And Scott now 1 for 4. That'll be the 7-hole and Connor Miles.
Right fielder, number 19, Connor Miles.
Dogs need some runs, down by 4 here at the top of the 7th inning. Miles 1 for 2, a strikeout, single and a walk. That makes up his line for the day as the first pitch, a breaking ball that stayed a little high, 1-0. Howell set from the belt. And the 1-0. That's a strike in there, 1-1. Howell's worked out of trouble before. He had the bases loaded in the 6th, and he got out of it, striking out Jackson Holder. 1 out here and 2 on. 1-1. This one hit foul down the left side by Miles. One ball and 2 strikes. Pitch from Howell. Slider too far outside, 2-2. A little bit of a waste pitch there, ahead in the count. Now it's even. Two. Swing and a miss. Took a huge cut at it. But Miles swung straight through it. So the runners stay put. And here comes Cody Moore. Moore's reached twice, once on a walk, once on a fielder's choice. Is over 2 for the day. And here's the pitch. He hits one high in the sky. Shallow right field, and Rathan Malone handles his business, makes the catch. And that ends the inning. Diamond Dogs got a couple on there, but couldn't do anything with it, and they still trail by 4 as it's time to stretch here in Great Bend.
This is Batcats outfielder Dawson Fringe. You're watching Batcats Baseball on the Batcats Media Network.
Batcats will have Cy Schumacher leading off for them. Batcats have Cy Schumacher leading off for them here in the bottom of the 7th inning. He takes first pitch ball from Jake Burcham. Continues to work. He is into his 3rd inning. As the 1-0 is way outside again. 2 balls and no strikes. Schumacher big hit in the first inning with 2 outs, and the bases loaded, hit a knock up the middle that scored 2 runs. And this one he hits towards the middle as well, but it looks like Searing is going to let it fall for a base hit. Second hit of the game for Schumacher, and it'll bring up Rathan Malone.
The second baseman, number 2, Rathan Malone.
Malone 0 for 2 strikeouts. That first pitch strike across the plate, 0-1. Malone's had some issues with the strikeouts here this season. 2 today, has 31 for the season. That pitch in there makes it 0-2. In the bottom of the 7th, 9-5, Great Bend. From the belt, the 0-2. Similar spot but to what strikes we've seen called today, but that one is not. And it's 1-2. From the belt again, the 1-2. Down in the dirt, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Burcham with the 2-2 offering. Malone started to go around. They'll appeal for the check swing. Perez says no. So here's the full count to Rathan Malone. Schumacher on first for the Cats, has his lead. 3-2. Reaches for it, and this one floated, and it'll be just foul in the end for Malone down the right field line. So we'll have another 3-2 coming from Burcham. It's just down low, and that puts him on first and second. Burcham's now walked 2. And Coulter Maldonado comes up. Had hit his last time up, laser beam to left field. Get every single bit of it. Back at second, and Maldonado going to square and bunt, and this one fouled.
Good idea.
Backhats bouncing back in a big way after a tough run roll loss yesterday, losing by 10 in 7 innings. Maldonado thinking about laying down the bunt again, has to back out of the way of this one, 1-1. 9 runs in this game. Potential for more here in the bottom of the 7th. 1-1 count. Showing bunt early. In the pitch. And again, he's got to spin out of the way. So they tell you, trying to bunt, trying to go high and in. But too far high and in right now for Burcham. Now he's falling behind. Will they keep bunt on? Coulter Maldonado steps out for a moment, as it looked like Burcham stepped off. Here's the 2-1. That's taken up high. 3 balls, 1 strike, and Burcham on the verge of loading the bases quickly. Cheney gets a right-hander throwing, my apologies. The 3-1, buries it. And the bases are going to be loaded for the top of the order.
The bases are full of Batcats for the center fielder, number 4.
3 walks now issued by Burcham. The bases are loaded for Alex Rogers. 2 hits for him, a sacrifice fly and a walk. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Burcham winds and deals. The first pitch to Rogers is hit into foul ground by the Cheney dugout. And looked like that one was caught by the first baseman Brewer. And that's the first out of the inning.
The right fielder, number 19.
And they'll bring Riley Silva to the plate.
Silva.
Silva 1 hit tonight, a couple of walks and a sac bunt. So he has 1 official at-bat and is 1 for 1 in that at-bat. Right-hander Burcham's first pitch. That one misses down low, 1 ball and no strikes. Noah Brewer playing on the infield grass for the Diamond Dogs. 1-0. And this one smoked to first base, and that positioning's going to hurt him as it gets down the line. Schumacher scores. Here comes Malone. He'll score as well. And Silva glides into second base. That's a 2 RBI double. Give the Batcats a 6-run lead.
I'm laying.
Left fielder, number 17, Kyle Gates.
So Kyle Gates, who hit a 3-run shot in his last at bat, will come to the plate with runners on second and third. And the Batcats up 6 runs. Here's the first pitch. And Gates hits a line drive the other way, and that one's going to get down towards the corner. He's going to take the turn and head for second. 2 runs are going to score for the Batcats. Another extra base hit for Kyle Gates. This one to left field. He's been showing a lot of opposite field power recently, and the Batcats now lead by 8. Five RBIs in the game for Kyle Gates. We'll see if Hunter Douglas, who is now out to the mound, is going to make a move, and yes, he is. With this game now broken wide open by the Batcats, bottom of the 7th, an 8-run lead for Great Bend. And just 1 out in the inning. We'll step aside here on the Batcats Media Network. So Zach Cox will be the pitcher for the Cheney Diamond Dogs. This is his first appearance on the mound for the Diamond Dogs. He is listed as an infielder, and he DH'd game one of the series. And here's Bodie Waller to face him, ready versus lefty. First pitch is fouled away by Waller. No balls and a strike. Cox comes set. And the 0-1. That's up and away to Waller. He takes it, 1 ball and 1 strike. Waller has 2 hits in this one, but they were in his first 2 at-bats. In his latter 2, he has flown out and struck out. This one up high to Waller, 2 balls and a strike. Line not closed yet for Bertram. He is responsible for the man on second, Gates, as the 2-1 pitch is high, and that'll get to the backstop, and it'll actually drift out towards the mound after it hit the concrete barrier. So it's 3 balls and a strike. Gates now on third, and the dangerous count as Waller steps back in. Infield is in for the Diamond Dogs. And the pitch is outside, ball 4. Bodie Waller is the winning run. And now he's on first base.
And it brings up the shortstop, number 7, Cheney. Spin!
So now here's spin. Looks like we're going to get a pinch runner. Dre Amaro coming in to pinch run for Bodie, who, as we mentioned, is dragging a leg injury. And Zane Spin will come to the plate. Does have an opportunity to end this ball game with a gap shot. 13-5 the score. It would be kind of poetic in a way for the Bad Cats, who lost the game yesterday 15-5 and 7, for them to do the same thing to the Diamond Dogs. First pitch, and Spin will swing and foul it back. Thought he had an opportunity to drive that one, but his timing was on it. Didn't have the right part of the bat, though. It's 0-1 as Zach Cox is ready at the belt. On the stretch, and this one is outside, 1-1. Spin's the 8th Bad Cat to come to the plate this inning. And the 1-1. Breaking ball. It's outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Cox has been falling behind here since coming into the game. He walked to Bodie Waller on 5 pitches. And now Amaro taking off as this one fouled back, and it's 2-2. Down even at 2-2. Amaro leads off first. He did take off in the last pitch. We'll see if he does again. And now he'll actually throw over to first. Amaro's back in safely.
Don't blame me for thinking about it, kid.
So Amaro going again here. This one hit down the left field line. Is it fair? No. Would have ended the game if it was. So Spin will have to come back to the batter's box. He'll try again. That one just maybe a 1.5 foot foul. We'll be set for another 2-2 from Cox. Here's the pitch. And he reaches for it, pops it up right side. Brewer all over it, makes the catch. And they're 2 away. So now the 9th bat cat to come up in the inning, Simon Larinaga.
The first baseman, number 25, Simon.
Larinaga 2 for 4, an infield hit, solo shot, and 2 strikeouts. Morrow leads off of first. And the first pitch to Larinaga. Going way outside of Morrow. He's going to try and get a base here. Throw down by Moore. He's in trouble. And he's safe. And coming home to score was Gates. That makes it 14-5. Looked like the throw beat Amaro, but he managed to get in there. So now Batcats base hit away from winning the game. Up by 9. See if they can get one out of Simon here. The 1-0 pitch. Wave and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Counts 1-1, and here's the pitch from Cox. That one high and tight. 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1, way reaching for this one was Simon, and he fouls it back. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the count 2-2. And here's the pitch from Cox. Way upstairs. 3-2. The count will be full. Line officially complete for Jake Bertram. He goes 3 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 9 runs. All 9 were earned. 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. Pitch the 5th, 6th, and 7th in this one. The Batcats just all over him. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. And Simon out on strikes. Batcats did plenty of damage, though, in the inning. 5 runs across, and they lead it by 9 as we go to the 8th inning here on the Batcats Media Network.
This is outfielder Riley Silva, and you're watching Batcats Baseball on the Batcats Media Network.
So Andrew Brotman is set to lead off here in the top of the 8th inning. Batcats up by 9 runs. Matt Howell's first pitch is just down low. 1 ball and no strikes. Brotman 1 for 3. Single in the 3rd, strikeout in the 4th, and a ground out in the 6th. 1 ball, no strikes, and this one skipped to the plate. And the count's 2-0. Thanks for joining us here Thursday night from Al Burns Memorial Field. Mark McClure, Cade McWilliams on the call. Batcats led 5-0 in this game and blew that 5-0 lead. The game was tied at 5. 2 guys in this game have 5 RBIs, Kyle Gates and Cole Myers. And the Batcats have scored 9 unanswered runs since the Diamond Dogs tied it up. So the Batcats have never trailed in this game. As that pitch was inside, 4-pitch walk to Brotman. That is the 4th walk by Howe as Roger Ward comes out. This might be it for Howe. Now looking back at Roger looking at the bullpen. Not sure if he's going to make the move quite yet, though. Next hitter will be Jackson Searing. Long talk here with Roger and Howell, but it looks like he's going to stay with Howell for the time being. Top of the lineup up, it'll be Searing and then Myers, my apologies. So we're ready for the first pitch. His delivery, and it's way up high. 5 straight balls issued by Matt Howell. Howell set and the 1-0. That one up high again, 2-0. So even after the mound meeting, Howell not able to find the strike zone. And this is again 3 balls, no strikes. Gets back in the zone there. That was 7 straight balls, and then he gets back in the strike zone. Howell ready, and the pitch. Just after that 1 strike, it was just a flash in the pan, and he'll end up walking Jackson Searing, and this will be it for Howell, who has now walked 5, as Roger Ward makes his way back out, and he's going to make the move to the bullpen. Brett Allen coming into the game for the Cats with 2 runners on and none out in the top of the 8th inning. We'll step aside here on the Batcats Media Network, and it'll be Allen when we come back.
This is Batcats head coach Roger Ward. Thank you for supporting the Batcats. You're watching Batcats Baseball on the Batcats Media Network.
And so it's going to be Brett Allen on the mound for the Bad Cats, the all-star Australian side-arming right-hander. And he'll have 2 runners on and Cole Myers at the plate. First pitch from Allen, a little inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Allen's last appearance was on July 7th in the longest game in Bad Cat history that went 14 innings. He pitched 5 innings of relief, giving up 1 hit, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts. Played fantastic. 1-0 pitch to Myers. That one outside. 2 balls and no strikes. He's got a 3.3 ERA. This is his 8th appearance. 16 and a third innings. 2-0 to Myers. Outside 3-0. Already 2 Diamond Dogs have reached via the walk in this inning. And that's a strike. Ready for the 3-1 pitch. Allen delivers. Another strike in there, 3-2. Myers has thought both the last 2 pitches were strikes. 3-2 pitch. Fouled away there. And Myers stays alive. Runner on second is Brotman. Jackson Searing at first. For the Diamond Dogs, who trail by 9. Myers 2 for 3. 3-run home run, 2-run home run, and a pop out. And this one smoked to left field. That will be a base hit. Charging in on it is Gates. They will wave around Brotman. The throw's cut off. And that makes it an 8-run ball game. Myers has his 6th RBI of the game right there. That run will go on Matt Howell's line. And here comes Jackson Holder. First pitch, that one gets away from the catcher Schumacher. Searing gets to third, Myers to second. Myers has driven in every single run that the Diamond Dogs have scored today. One ball and no strikes. Swing and a miss. Holder's 0 for 3, a line out, ground out, strikeout. That all goes with a walk. Hounds 1-1 delivery, foul tipped and held by Schumacher. Now it ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The wild pitch has been what's been the issue between Schumacher and Allen. Sometimes it can get a little wild, and Schumacher doesn't know where it's going. And this one fouled and held by Schumacher. That's strike 3, and Holder out on strikes for the second time. So that'll bring up Noah Brewer. Brewer's 0 for 4. Reached once on an error back in the 3rd, and he struck out in the 7th. 2 flyouts on his line as well. His first pitch. This one fouled away. Time was called there as Allen's getting ready to go into his motion. And the 0-1 pitch. Sharply hit to the ground. Simon Larinaga will glove it. He'll take it to the bag. He'll give up the run. It's ground out RBI for Brewer, but it's the second out of the inning. 14-7. It'll bring Lenny Ashby to the plate. That was Searing across the plate. So runner on third, 2 down. And here's Ashby, who's 1 for 3. Here's the first pitch to Ashby. Swing and a miss. Good spot there from Allen, who gets ahead 0-1. Allen, no two pitches are alike. Sometimes he can go from the worst of worst to the best of best. Miss the zone by a foot and then just sneak one onto the corner. This one fouled back by Ashby. He's deep in the hole 0-2. So the count's no balls and 2 strikes. Ashby falling way behind against Allen, who is in the wind. And that's on the inside corner. Ashby punched out, and that ends the top of the 8th inning. Diamond Dogs get 2 runs. They cut it to a 7-run lead, but the Bad Cats still firmly in control of this game as we go to the bottom of the 8th here on the Bad Cats Media Network.
This is pitcher David Stewart. You're watching Batcats Media Network, home of the Great Bend Batcats.
Home half of the 8th, Bad Cats with a 7-run lead over the Cheney Diamond Dogs. Game 3 of the series. Game 4 of this series will be tomorrow back at the Cheney Sports Complex, 7 o'clock. Cy Schumacher leads off and watches the first pitch from Zach Cox up and away. Swing and a miss there from Schumacher, and it's 1-1. Ready in the 1-1. Outside to Cy. 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1. This one, foul ball, it shattered Cy's bat. So the count will be 2-2, and now there's debris all over the field. So Cy's got a new piece of lumber with a count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ready for the 2-2 from Cox. Outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Schumacher 2 hits in this game, 2 RBIs, a run scored. And the payoff pitch. And he'll walk it. Second walk given up by Cox, and it'll bring up Rathan Malone, who's 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts and a walk, a run scored.
And it brings up the second baseman, number 2, Rathan Malone.
Malone came in back in the second inning, or the third, my apologies, to replace Kreitzer, got hit, and now Malone gets hit up high. Series is ahead. A couple guys get hit up there. Enzo Bonventure got hit yesterday in the face. And that one hit Malone in the helmet. Cox immediately apologizing for that. And you never know how much he's pitched. Not surprising to see one get away from you. You just hope that it doesn't hit you there.
Third baseman, number 3, Coulter Maldonado.
2 on, none out. Maldonado at the plate, who's now the winning run. First pitch from Cox is in for a strike, 0-1. Maldonado has a hit in 3 at-bats. Walk as well, 3 runs scored. And this one going to hit Maldonado right in the back. And that's going to load the bases. Cox really struggling to find his control here. That was a curveball. And now Rogers comes to the plate.
The bases are full of Batcats for the center fielder, number 4.
This has been a really ugly game of pitching.
Rogers.
And some not so stellar moments all around. First pitch. This is outside to Raj. 1 ball and no strikes. Another look around the Sunflower Collegiate League scoreboard. Hutch is burying Mulvane 19-6. Bottom of the 7th now. The game will probably end in 7. Hayesville beats Newton 7-5 at Klein Scott. As this one gets past the catcher, Cody Moore. Come to score is going to be Cy Schumacher. And the Batcats back up to an 8-run cushion. 15-7 on that wild pitch. Malone to third, Maldonado at second. Raj at the plate can end it with a base hit. 2-0 pitch, going to take it high 3-0. Cox still just cannot find the strike zone. And he will continue to not find it, as this is going to be a walk to Rogers. So Cox has hit 2 and walked 2 in this inning. Bases are loaded for Riley Silva. Same spot for Silva that Rogers was just in. Base hit, put this game away, as this one's up high. And a ball, no strikes. Cox came into this game, walked the first guy saw, got a pop out, then a strikeout. Then it's gone walk, hit by pitch, walk. And again, he falls behind.
Throw 8 straight, the game's over.
Not quite in the rhythm any longer.
2-0 pitch up high, 3 balls and no strikes. This just seems to be one of those situations where you're not going to put another arm out there. Game's kind of at the point where you only have 3 more outs to work with offensively, and you're not gonna go out there and get him. You just got to let it burn. He's looking at the dugout like he wants him to come out, but I just don't think it's going to happen, as Malone's going to score. It's an RBI walk for Silva. He doesn't want any part of being in here, but let's face at least one more batter, and that's Kyle Gates, who can do an awful lot to win this game. Fly ball would do it. Ball on the ground would need some help, as the first pitch is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. One out. Up high, 2-0. Cats are 2 balls away from walking this one off. In a not dramatic way. Bottom of the 8th inning would just be a run rule victory, as Gates elevator shaft pop up to the left side. And it will be dropped by Cole Myers. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Myers had an opportunity to at least guarantee that he'd lead this game in RBIs. He has 6, Gates has 5. Now he still has it on the table that Gates ties him in RBIs. Two balls and a strike. Pitch to Gates. He fouls it back. Yeah. And the count evens up at 2-2. If Gates can't do it, Bodie Waller, his spot would be up next, but it would be Dre Amaro who came in and pinch run for him. Two. That is a late strike three called. 2 strikeouts now for Cox, and this will bring Dre Amaro up. Dre actually had a walk-off walk earlier this year. It was against the Derby Twins on July the 7th, and in the bottom of the 14th inning, he took a walk, and the Bad Cats won. His first pitch way outside, 1-0. Morrow came in the 7th inning to pinch run for Bodie Waller. As this one in for a strike, 1-1, taken by Amaro. One, and Amaro pops it up. This one is over by short, and it's caught by Brotman, 2 away. So after load the base, this game looked like it was all but done with the way Cox was throwing, but now he's got 2 outs, and if Spin can't get on here, we'll see a 9th.
Shortstop, number 7, Zane Spin.
Spin has 1 hit and 4 at-bats, a walk, and a run scored. Lone hit came in the 6th inning. It was a double. First pitch, he's at the knees for a strike to Spin. And it's 0-1. Zach Cox at the belt. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one's too low, though. 1-1. Backhats right on the cusp of this run rule. Can't seem to finish the job, though. 1-1. Swinging a foul tip by Spin. And here's the 1-2. Spin behind in the count. And the pitch. That's down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cox looks like a little bit of a tighter lid. Keeps falling off on every delivery. Reminds me of J.C. Gonzalez, who was with the Bad Cats earlier in the year, had the same issue. The 2-2. Miles outside and a full count. Runners will be moving. Doesn't really matter because only the run on third matters. Which would score if it was a walk, score if it was a hit. Otherwise, we'll play a 9th. Here's the pitch. On the outside corner, strike 3 called. And we will go to the 9th with a 9-run Bad Cats lead over the Diamond Dogs.
This is outfielder Colby Christian for the Bat Cats. You're watching Bat Cats Baseball on the Bat Cats Media Network.
back on the Bad Cats Media Network. Last inning of play here on the Bad Cats Media Network. And first pitch missed, but it looked like time was called before the pitch was even thrown. Brett Allen on the mound going to try and finish this away. He'll have to get through 6, 7, 8 Scott Miles more. There's this pitch in for a strike. 0-1 to Scott, who's 1 for 4. Unfortunately, has crawled to a finish. Neither the starters nor the bullpen looked particularly sharp for either side. That was in there, though, 0-2 to Scott. Ready, and here's the pitch. This one's smoked towards short, and it eats up Zane's spin. Second error on spin in the game, and that will bring up Connor Miles. Left-handed hitting Australian. Little Australian off right here. This is why we got to the 9th.
I like that.
Needed to see a little Australian versus Australian. Allen versus Miles. Two have actually gotten to know each other pretty well and played in the All-Star game together. Or at least Allen was there as an alternate, didn't play in the game. And Miles was in the home run derby. Probably the unluckiest stretch of home run derby play I've ever seen. He hit 3 that were probably a foot off the top of the wall at Hobart Detter Field, which I believe is a 12-foot high wall. That misses outside 2-0. Two balls and no strikes. The pitch. It's way inside and low. 3-0 to Miles. So looking for a strike from Allen in this AB. Behind 3-0, he will throw over to first. Scott back in. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Stone Cold take there in for a strike. At this point in the game, there has been 1, 2, 3, or 2, my apologies, 1, 2, 3 innings in this game. Swing and a miss there from Miles, 3-2. Outs after Braden Tower retired the first 7 to start the game, it has not been pretty for the pitchers. Tower ended up going 4 innings, 4 hits, 5 runs. 3-2. That one away. And the Australian at the plate wins the battle to put runners on first and second. Thanks for sticking with us here late into the night. The game the Bad Cats have looked like they've had in control since the 6th, basically, is when they broke it open, as this is the first pitch strike to Cody Moore, the catcher. Just looking for 3 more outs before they surrender 9 runs. As this one's down low, the runners were moving, and they'll get second and third respectively. So 2 in scoring position for the Diamond Dogs, and the 1-1 pitch from Allen. Outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two. And that's on the outside corner. That's a strike. And Allen has his 3rd strikeout in the game. And here comes Andrew Brotman. First pitch to Brotman, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Brotman has 1 hit and 3 at bats. 1 walk, 1 run scored. Here's the 0-1. That's in for a strike. 0-2. So now Allen is ahead. 2 strikes on Brotman. Here's the 0-2. And that's on the outside corner, and Brotman rung up. So the lineup turns over for, I believe, what everyone hopes will be the final time. Searing it. 2 hit by pitches and a walk, but he's 0 for 2. As the first pitch misses inside. 1-0. Cats 1 out away from putting an end to this game. Fouled off. 1-1.
Thanks for knocking the dust off the net.
1 ball and 1 strike. Fouled back, 1-2. Cats strike away from putting it in the win column in a game that's just been a slow slugfest. The Batcats have had control since the latter part of the middle innings, as this one misses 2 balls and 2 strikes. Allen looking for the punch out here. This one going to be hit over to first. This one played on a hop by Simon. Takes to the bag, and this one is done as the Batcats win it 16-7 in a game that they were really in a good spot in after Kyle Gates' 3-run home run in the 6th. I mean, the pitching staffs in this one aren't going to be particularly pleased with the efforts, but at the end of the day, they picked up when they needed to, at least for the Batcats. They started the way they needed to, I should say, and then they managed to hold on after they got the run support they needed. The Bats woke up after 5 runs yesterday, 16 runs today. They had a couple chances to run rule the Diamond Dogs, kind of what would feel like more of a revenge victory, but either way, a 9-run drubbing will do it for the Batcats. In this one, they'll have a chance to win the series. Tomorrow down at Cheney at the Sports Complex, a game at 7 o'clock. Down there, if you can't be there, be here on the Batcats Media Network. And we'll have all the action down there from the Sports Complex. But the Cats win this one at 16-7. Powered by Kyle Gates, who had 5 RBIs. Season high for him this year. Batcats really had a lot of contributions all around from several guys. Larinaga hit a home run. Schumacher had 2 RBIs as well. Rogers had a couple of hits and an RBI, so everybody had something to do with the 16 runs the Batcats put up on the board. So we'll step aside here, and we'll have the Batcats postgame show when we come back. And welcome back here on the Great Bend Badcats Media Network post-game show, and we are now joined by today's player of the game, Kyle Gates. 2 for 6, his third home run of the year, and second in as many games, I might add. A double and 5 RBIs today. You know, Kyle, coming into this game after such a tough loss last night, how important was it to come out early like you guys did today?
Oh, it meant everything to come out hot like that, and this team really stayed together at the start, put up some runs in the early innings, and it helped us carry through for sure.
And, you know, things kind of fell apart a little bit in the middle innings. They end up tying it up. Simon hits a home run to give it the lead, and then you really pad it with that 3-run home run. You know, how did that show the character of this team?
Oh, it just shows that we got some dogs on this team, and we're going to fight no matter what. No matter what the score is, we're going to go out there and give it our best and try and score some runs and win a ball game.
And for you, your approach, I mean, you've been taking a lot of the balls to the opposite field. You've kind of been spreading out your approach, and all around, you know, you kind of got off to a slow start last year and then picked it up at the end, but this has really been a complete campaign. How has that been different from last year this year?
Yes, sir. With that opposite approach, it's everything for me. Staying on a ball. Those first few ABs, I was out in front, rolling over, and I made that adjustment, just sticking to the other way, and was able to put some good swings on the ball.
Thanks a lot for joining us, Kyle. Great game today as the Badcats win it 16-7 over the Cheney Diamond Dogs. We'll step aside, be ready to close this down when we come back. And we're back here on the Badcats Media Network post-game show, ready to put this one to bed as the Badcats win by a score of 16-7. And, I mean, all around the Badcats, I think they showed a lot of character despite being down in the game. Really, in the middle innings, you know, you're reaching a point where you're going up against such a hot team, and the same thing happened yesterday.
Yeah.
And then they came back and they ended up taking the lead, and the Badcats just couldn't get things going. So you kind of had this sense of deja vu. Wasn't going to happen again, and the Badcats responded completely and just totally shoved the Diamond Dogs out of the way. Said not today.
And it shows a lot on the mental toughness side of things too. I think they're marked, because when you look at it, that's the big thing that you got to think about. You know, you're in that same position you were at yesterday, backs to the wall in the middle innings, and all of a sudden, here shows up the Diamond Dogs at Cheney, they tie it up at 5, and they try to get back into it, and they do, and they tie things up. Great Bend's same position as yesterday. You know, you can make mistakes, and it's okay to make mistakes, but you really start making mistakes when you make the same mistake twice. And the Badcats completely made sure that they didn't make that same mistake twice that they made yesterday and bring that into another day of the week. That was the big thing, I think, for Great Bend here. Middle innings won it, especially as you're talking there. Not only in the fact they were able to score some more, but also in the fact they were able to shut down Cheney there in those middle.
Yeah, it was just a crazy game all around. We saw some fantastic offensive performances. Cole Myers hit 2 home runs and hit 6 RBIs. He drove in all but one of the runs that the Diamond Dogs scored in this game. Noah Brewer had the other, and then we talked with Kyle Gates. A great game today for him. He's had 2 home runs in 2 days, 5 RBIs for him. Simon Larinaga hit big home runs, and that was the difference in the ballgame. We had talked about it pregame with the way that the Badcats were playing and the way the wind was blowing. We thought the home run was going to play a big role in the game, and it turned out to be that way.
Not too surprising. I mean, it was playing out pretty fair, pretty solid in that sense, blowing all those home run balls out to Coach Biggs, the Barton baseball coach. And I was out there for a couple of them, and they were landing pretty close to K&O. It wasn't like it just petered over the fence. It made it over the fence and then some, all the way to the railroad. I'm kind of surprised none of them went over the railroad today and started kind of getting into Britsball Park territory.
Yeah, it was just a fantastic game of baseball from a slugging standpoint, but the Badcats outslugged Cheney in this one 16-7. Matt Howe gets his 3rd win of the season as he'll be 3-0. He was on the bump when the Badcats took that lead back in the 6th inning, and Jake Burcham takes the loss. He had a really rough night, gave up 9 runs, 9 earned, and the Badcats will try and carry this momentum into tomorrow, try and take 3 out of 4, even though they're long shots to win the SCL after the loss yesterday. You still have to go out every day and try and pick up a victory.
Well, and when you've got the 1 versus 3, this is a good chance to get some ground. Hope. I don't know who Hutch was playing tonight, Mark.
They're down in Mulvane today. They did win.
Okay, they're taking the Patriots. So, but, I mean, you've got a chance. I mean, you've got the 1 versus 3. You can take a victory. Albeit you've still got somebody in the middle there. You're making a Monarch sandwich right now in a sense. But if you can keep chipping away at that lead, the more that you chip away, the better. Because you look down the line. I don't know what we're looking at. NBC World Series Summer Ball Slam.
They're going Summer Ball Showdown this year. That is the decision that's been made by Roger Ward.
And I was about to say that's a terrific tournament. And I mean, you look at how they, the teams that were there last year. Very winnable tournament, I think, for the Bad Cats. You look at the entire kit and caboodle of it. Even if you can make it to that second place spot and you're able to edge out Hutchinson for that second place, albeit you might not win the championship, but the closer you can get to it, the better. And I mean, looking down the line, future years, the more you can build, the more success you can build as a program, makes it easier. And I mean, Great Bend will be in the line with them with Hutch as one of those perennial powerhouses of woodbat baseball. Give them about, I was about to say, they've done a really solid job around the place. A couple more years, a couple more great seasons, and this place in Great Bend will be one of the hot spots to be here in the summer for collegiate baseball.
Yeah, and it's really been impressive the way this thing has been built, and it's just going to keep building for the Bad Cats. Yeah. And they're still playing good ball, third place, even if they do end up there second or wherever it may be. That's very respectable in this league with the way these teams are playing. And even then, you have to take a look at the record overall in the conference. That's been very impressive beyond what they've done non-con. Bad Cats, they sit in at 22-9 in the conference. That's very impressive conference numbers. The Dawgs drop here to 25-6 and actually are now tied in the loss column with the Hutch Monarchs. So if the Monarchs win the games they have in hand, they'll actually be in a tie with Cheney, so that's going to be very exciting to see towards the end of the year. But either way, I mean, when you go 22-9 and you got 5 regular season games left, that's nothing to scoff at in any way.
Oh, no, and you've got the Wichita Lobos coming up. Wichita's kind of struggled this year, first-year program. But, I mean, they've got some gas in the tank still, and they've got some people that, to prove wrong. Albeit, I mean, you got the first-year program, and for Great Bend going into next week, I hate to jump too far ahead in the calendar here, Mark, but, if you're Great Bend, you've got to stay headstrong the entire way through the regular season because you go into Wichita, you drop a couple of games, and all of a sudden you got a first-year program in the Wichita Lobos, and they can start building some steam. And, you go down to Wichita, they come up here, they pop you in the teeth. And this is a situation, if you're looking at the league standings, that's something that, you've got a good chance at second. First is a bit out there, albeit. But second's very close to it. I mean, if you get popped in the mouth a couple times with the Lobos next week, if you get popped in the mouth by Cheney tomorrow, those chances at getting second place start to slowly dwindle. So the better chances you've got tomorrow versus Cheney, the chances you've got against Wichita, get them taken care of next week, the better chances for the Bad Cats finishing runner-up in the league, I think.
In addition to that, it'll help them in the seeding for the SCL tournament, which will be taking place. I believe the current speculative dates are the 23rd through, I believe, the 26th. Right now, 4-day tournament, double elimination is what's currently at, but they haven't finalized that yet. But we'll see how it all turns out. But that'll do it for us here from Al Burns Memorial Field. Special thanks to Alex Hammocky for joining us tonight. Cade McWilliams helping behind the scenes as well. It was a real pleasure to have you, Alex.
Mark, thanks again for having me. I mean, albeit Nebraska baseball, Legion-wise, high school-wise, it's great. Collegiate woodbat baseball in Nebraska, it's not there yet. You don't have small towns like Great Bend. They're able to have a team and, able to support it the way that Great Bend does. They have like 5 teams in the entire state. And it's, I've got to drive like a solid 50, 75 miles, albeit I drove about 200 miles from Kearney, Nebraska here to Great Bend so I could attend. But, I mean, heck, I'm getting quality entertainment here, and they just don't have that in Nebraska yet. So, I mean, it's great to be part of an organization, part of a state that really embraces this and has this as their summertime tradition. They're getting there in Nebraska, don't get me wrong, but here in Kansas, it's great. It's great to be a part of, and thanks again for having me on the broadcast, Mark. It's great to bring back some old memories from last year.
Absolutely.
Traveling all across South Central Kansas, just, having the time of our lives, and, just great to relive the old days with you.
It was certainly a fun night here in Great Bend. Bad Cats beat the Diamond Dogs 16-7, the final score. For everybody here with the Great Bend Bad Cats Media Network, my name is Mark McClure, saying farewell and enjoy the rest of your Thursday night from Great Bend.